All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Crypto, Coffee, and LoFi. So for today's episode, I've done up a few watch lists. That way I can kind of have some structure when going through this. And I want to do another giveaway, something a little bit different, okay? I want to hear a trading story, so your biggest win, your biggest loss, your best trading story. Okay, drop it in the comments. In a few days, I'll pick the best story. Okay, so I have a few and I'll share those in the future, so be on the lookout for that. A few really good ones, actually, interesting stories. So yeah, drop your story below and I'll pick one. Okay, so I read some of your suggestions and a few of you wanted to see a live trade example of something that played out. And so I'm just going to go through the Bitcoin trade example that was in yesterday's episode. Okay, but this is an interesting example because I actually fumbled the trade. I closed it for some reason. So here's the thing with being an actual human with actual money on the line. When you're in a bunch of positions, haven't had enough sleep, stressful day, you go and make dumb decisions. Okay, so this is a good example of a trade and also a good example of what not to do. So when you're seeing conflicting kind of views in the market, so for example, Bitcoin is pointing down, but a few altcoins are pointing up, you should always kind of trade in the direction of Bitcoin. And if Ethereum is also pointing down, then you should take that into consideration as well, which it was. So for some reason, my brain decided to cut my Bitcoin short, still in slight profit. So I didn't actually take a loss, but I'm feeling it now after I'm losing the opportunity here. So I took off my Bitcoin short and I added into my AVE long. I did get stopped on the AVE long that I pointed out in yesterday's video, but that's fine because I stuck to my plan. What I should have done though is stuck to my short here, and it would have acted as a hedge against the altcoins I was trying to long. But either way, here's a good example of the easy and easy out strategy playing out. Now I'll explain this to you, but if you want to learn more and you want to learn more details, go into the description and click the website link. Sign up to the strategy, get access to a Discord, you can ask me questions, everything like that. All my years trading, this is one of the only actual systematic step-by-step strategies that I've ever come across. Obviously, I'm biased, but I'm telling the truth. I have not ever found a systematic step-by-step process that says 1, 2, 3, enter, exit on these conditions. Either way, here's an example, okay? So all we're doing is picking up on accumulation, distribution, and then finding obvious targets. So here we have the high, the low that swept the high, we break below. Here's the high. We break above the high, and then we form the same patterns again here on the lower time frames. And right here was my entry. Okay, with my stop right above. There are a few more conditions that get a little bit more complicated. I don't have time to explain it here. But as you can see, this is the trade working out, and no, I'm not in it. So all we're doing is just picking up on distribution here and making sure that there's an obvious objective for price to be heading towards, which there is. Are there a bunch of equal lows? Yes, there are. So my views on Bitcoin, same as yesterday. I think we retrace. We need to reaccumulate in somewhere inside this zone. If we don't reaccumulate, then we're heading to sub 40K. This would have been an amazing short to hold on to just in case we don't head into sub 40K. And I know a few of the people inside the group chat are holding on to the short. So that's always good. Got to pick the positives. Anyway, ETH starting to break some structure here. We do have a few levels of support. So here we have some equal lows. And sitting just below these equal lows, we have this broken base just here. So this could hold. Not setting any blind limits here. We would need to wait for reaccumulation to occur at one of these levels. If this does fail though, then I see us revisiting at least this level of support. And if that level of support holds, then we're breaking below into these levels like I explained in yesterday's video. if these support levels start to let go and we do start to drop, what is that going to mean for the rest of the market? Like I explained in one of my first episodes, okay, until we break and close above 290, unfortunately, that means that this leg up here is just a retest, a bearish retest of this previous distribution. So we are seeing some distribution here. High, we sweep above, we break below. High, we sweep above, we break below. And then again on the lower time frames here. So we might actually see a decent short opportunity. So this will be a good one to look out for. Might jump onto the 5-minute chart. Let's see where we are. At the end of this video, I might put might add a bit in. We'll see. If not, just look on Twitter. I'll post if I enter the position there. But so if we can get another confirmation inside of this zone here, maybe enter short into these equal lows. ETH BTC looking strong still. Quite the day up yesterday. I think when we're looking at this, it's important because we are trading such a higher time frame trend, not to go down onto the lower time frames and not to go down onto the lower time frames and look for invalidations, because the trend that we're actually trading is on the daily and weekly time frame. So if we're going to be looking for invalidations of the daily and weekly trend, we should be on the daily and weekly time frame. Okay, so that's the majors. Still looking for a retrace on everything pretty much. Let's go to exchange tokens really quick. So FTT, still looking at this lower level here. We do have a broken base in this zone. So if we can break some structure to the upside, maybe even break above this high, I might look for a return back into this level. So something like this. If we can get that, then that would confirm an up move, and I would say we should easily head towards $60 from there. But I would prefer a retrace into this level, not setting any blind limits, waiting for the reaccumulation. BNB, still holding strong. I'm still in my long position. This is looking good. We just keep reaccumulating, which is always a good sign. Also a good sign for FTT. So we have a sweep here. We didn't quite break above, but we're still sweeping levels. Okay, and then we break above earlier, just revisiting this accumulation. So until price starts to break below previous legs that have accumulation at the start of them. So if you go back to the origin of a move, for example right here, and you see accumulation, which we do, until we start to break below and then start to distribute as well. So until we start to break below and then distribute, that means this trend, at least this leg here, is still intact. Okay, so yes, we have swept this high, but until we start to break below and distribute, still intact. DeFi. Okay, start off with the perp, the basket here. Quite a similar view on this that I have on a bunch of altcoins. Okay, so if we can come back, reaccumulate in this zone, then that's a good sign. However, we do have this right here. So this level is but we swept below some equal lows here into the candle that swept this level, which is a good sign. If we can break above, maybe form some lower time frame confirmation, then we should be good to head for these highs. So how to tell if we're going to be heading lower off price is just retracing before a continuation up. Look at the top of the range here. Notice how we actually don't have any distribution here. We're actually leaving equal highs, which is a good sign. Okay, means that price isn't distributing. So if price isn't distributing, we should assume that the current leg is still in play. However, we should always still play the strategy and wait for multiple confirmations as an entry trigger, as we still could be heading lower before we come up and take the equal highs. Link, similar idea, but we are forming a bunch of equal lows here. If we can come down, take the equal lows into this bullish broken base right here, reaccumulate, and then head up, that'd be good. Similar kind of picture here, leaving equal highs up the top, which is a good sign. Okay, so something like this. All right. However, if this does fail, then we do need to see reaccumulation in this leg. If that then fails, then we head much lower and take out all of these lows here. Okay. SNX. Right. So we've taken out this high here. Only just. Now I'm expecting a retrace. We've started to distribute. So you see we take out the high and form the broken bases just here. So now if we can get more confirmation above these equal highs into this broken base, then we might even see a short opportunity, but I would rather just sit on this, wait a week, see if we can get accumulation at this level. If we do, then we should be good for a long up above all of these highs here into about $20. The example that I went over yesterday, getting stopped out on this, that's fine. I entered here on the lower time frames. It did look promising, but it was stopped out. Regardless, we have to follow the plan. The strategy says to enter, and I have data on the pair to say that over time we should end up in profit. Then I have to follow that strategy. No worries. So I want to hear your trading stories. Drop them below in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe. Let me know your feedback. No worries, guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.